What's up YouTube? My name is Rasa Kaiser and these are the top 10 essentials that I cannot live without. Starting with number 1, although I have an expansive cologne collection that's always expanding because I'm always sent many cologne fragrances by brands. If there's a fragrance that is in this box, it means that I use it very religiously. But I can't choose all 9 or else it'll take up the entire list. So we'll start with my main, which is Louis Vuitton Le Mentité. And as you can see, it's engraved with my initials as well. This is my favorite cologne for the sole purpose that in the Texas heat, it is always burning all year round pretty much. It's outside of the one time of year where we have a winter freeze, but I'm able to use this almost on the daily. The notes of grapefruit, rosemary, it's just citrusy, aromatic, and I love using it every single day. I can't steal any company slogans, but if I could, it would be just do it. And when it comes to the sneakers that I wear the most and the socks that I wear the most, we'll start with the sneakers, which is my favorite, the Nike Air Max 90. These are my essential gym shoe that I purchase nearly every 6 months, and I'm not even joking. I still have like 5 pairs of these dirty, and I have in both of my cars, in the Tesla and the Porsche, I literally have dirty pairs of these in there. But I buy this every 6 months. I do take very well care of my white shoes, but at the same time, these are my favorite. I love wearing them to the gym. Not only the fact that they are functional and able to be worn whenever I'm performing any sort of workout, but I also get to wear them on the daily whenever I just need a beater shoe to take around. That's why I have to replace them all the time. And it also helps that they are Air Maxes, so they give me, a short king like me needs a little bit of height. And no shoe is complete without a pair of Nike Dry Fit socks. I've been wearing these since middle school and I can't get enough of them. I didn't grow up with too much money, so anytime I'd go purchase these Nike socks, I'd always get them from Marshalls or Ross on sale. I love wearing these. I buy them every 6 months as well to make sure that my socks are always clean and shiny. Although my floors in the apartment are always spotless, sometimes they do get a little bit marked up. I'm a huge fan of Apple products, and this one takes one of the cakes in terms of the one that I use the most after my phone, of course. And the funny story about this is I was on live stream and I asked all my audience, hey, which headphones should I get? And they specifically told me not to buy these. And the next thing I knew, I purchased these. But the reason I love these is I wear them to the gym. I'll go take them to the airport whenever I'm traveling. I think they're very functional. They look great. This is my little stand that I purchased for them. But anytime I want to listen to music just to myself, the noise cancellation and the transparency help a lot. Black is of course my favorite color, so I had to get them in the space gray to make sure. Whenever I'm at the gym, I wear a bandana on my head for the sole purpose that whenever I sweat, it won't get into the muffs over here. So that's been a little hack that I've been using to make sure that these don't get dirty. And in the case that I do, I just use a little bit of Clorox disinfectant to make sure that they stay clean. I have a very in-depth skincare routine that I follow religiously every single day. But if I had to make sure that one product was applied by the end of it every single time, it would have to be my sunscreen. Make sure to always wear your sunscreen, especially in a hot state like Texas. I have to make sure I'm wearing it at all times. It's not just during the day. UV rays are also present during the night. This is my favorite brand, La Roche-Posay. I use it all the time. The reason I love using this one is because it lasts me forever. I think I've had this bottle itself for the past year. So it might be a little pricey when purchasing it for, I think it's $30, but once you get it, you get to use it for like an entire year or even longer based off how much you're using, and it is one of my favorite. This is my toiletry bag that I take all over the world whenever I'm traveling, but it's about what's inside that matters. And as you can see, I was not joking about that sunscreen. I have it on me at all times, but the most important thing for me when it comes to my everyday carry is making sure that I have Aquaphor lip repair. This stuff is everywhere. It's in all my cars. I have it in locations that I don't even know. I find it in locations. Sometimes I lose them, and then whenever I need it, I end up finding it anyways. But anytime it comes to making sure my lips are never dry, I use this stuff. I get in the 2-pack every single time I purchase it, and I love it. Compared to a lot of other chapsticks that I use, I feel like those actually make you like drier than the last time, but this stuff works its wonders. Let's get a little less out of things that are grooming and fashion related, and let's head to my favorite stuff, which is food. And I don't just eat any kind of food. I am Pakistani, I'm South Asian, so I do love spicy food, and I love having hot sauce on all my food. So anytime I go to the dentist and they tell me, hey, you can't eat spicy, you can't eat sour, it always freaks me out because I'm like, what else I'm gonna eat? Mediterranean is one of my favorite cuisines. So I love eating, you know, things like chicken shawarma, beef kubede, beef shawarma, all those things, but I have to have hot sauce on top of it all times. This hot sauce right here is from my hometown of Dallas, from a place called Shug's Bagels. It is my favorite bagel place in the world, and they make the best hot sauce by far. I buy this every single time and I dump it on the bagels that I make at home. My bagel is always a protein bagel with a egg with yolk in it, a hash brown, and also some beef bacon, not I don't eat pork, okay, not pork bacon, bacon, and then I dump this on top of the hash brown to add that extra kick. This stuff is amazing. I'm trying to recreate it myself, but sadly they do not put the ingredients on there. Hot sauce is an essential. I love eating all things spicy. Coffee is one of my favorite things, and you know, a lot of people think that I use it solely for energy, but I actually use it to go use, you know, number 2 in the morning. I think it gets, you know, it clears out your body and it helps you achieve that, you know, skinny body in the morning that you need. But every single morning I slide up, I wake up, and the first thing is getting my dose of caffeine of 2 shots of espresso, making my brown sugar shaken espresso with the Breville Barista Express. I think it is the easiest all-in-one tool to use whenever you want to get into coffee. Could I go above and beyond and get more products, more expensive products? I could, but I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think it delivers the great coffee. I know a lot of people complain about the grinder, but this is an essential that I use every single day to make sure I can test out new recipes and make the coffee that I love and share it with the people I love as well. Dagny Dover, when it comes to the quality that they provide, is one of my favorite bag brands. And the funny thing about this looks like just a bigger version of the toiletry bag, but I love the type of material that they use because I feel like it's waterproof. But the reason that this is an everyday carry is, you know, I don't live too far from my parents, and anytime I'm feeling a little homesick and I want to head home to go see my parents, I take this with me. Or anytime I want to go see my friends back in my hometown, I take this with me. I pack it up with a lot of my essentials, such as the toiletry bag. I make sure all my skincare is in it. I make sure my pair of Air Max 90s are in there, making sure my socks are in there, making sure cologne is in there, just so I have something whenever I go travel and have a good bag with me, but also travel around my city. You know, Rasik's a man who's always on the go, and making sure this bag is on me is very vital because anytime it's the weekend, I have this in any of my trunks. And lastly, my suitcase. I have a Rimowa suitcase. This was gifted to me by my siblings for my birthday. You know, I'm Muslim, so this is a very expensive suitcase. And one time I was at the mosque and the imam said, hey, you're gonna be questioned for every penny you spend in this life, in the next life. Luckily I made my siblings pay for it, so they'll be questioned for it. But I take this to travel anytime I go anywhere. I recently just came back from Mexico City and I took it there for the first time after my birthday. My sister worked in the airline industry when I was young, so anytime I travel, I'd always fly standby and I'd always get free flights as long as there's a seat available. When I grew up, I graduated, got my computer science degree plan, became a software engineer. I actually became a software engineer at an airline company, and I started flying standby myself. And at that point, I made my sister my companion to travel with me. But travel is very essential to me. I love exploring all cultures. You know, a lot of my friends are very diverse. So visiting a lot of these countries is very meaningful to me. As of recent, I've traveled a lot of Europe, came back from Mexico City. Last year, I went to Greece and Italy. And you know, I'm constantly going to explore multiple cultures. Next place I'm thinking is I'll be heading to Tokyo and Turkey. So those are likely next 2 trips, and I'll be taking this baby with me to make sure I'm packed. Only thing about it is I really like suitcases that have the little expand thing, so you can like finesse the airports whenever you go through baggage claim. Not only is it functional, but it is also classy and looks great. All right, y'all, these are my top 10 essentials. I'd love to know what your top 10 essentials are. If there's anything you think I am missing, I'd love to hear it. For me, the reason of how I chose my top 10 essentials is they all touch a subject in my life that's very important to me, whether it's grooming, whether it's fashion, whether it's travel, whether it's coffee, whether it's music, whether it's the gym. All these things are very crucial to me and very important to me. But these are the top 10 things that I cannot live without. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for next time.